Hello.
Yes.
Is this TJ?
TJ. It is.
Hi, TJ. This is L'Oreal. I'm calling from the Morning Hustle in WKYS in DC, but we're also in Detroit.
How are you?
I'm good. What's going on with you? How are you?
I'm doing excellent.
Okay, so I'm so excited to talk to you. You ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. All right, so it's been a while since you've been in the game, right? So you're getting back into it. I know 3T, y'all had one of my favorite songs while I was growing up. So how does it feel to go from, working back then and how the industry has evolved so much? How does it feel to jump into the game now?
It's definitely different. It's definitely different from when we started, but I think it's a great time. I think being able to engage and connect with your fans and those that are listening and enjoying your work is an amazing thing. It's also a little different. I have more responsibilities now with the family, but I feel like it's more our journey. And it's our little thing together. So I'm loving it. I can't complain one bit.
That's amazing. So, and then you're also, like you said, it's a little more with the family. So you also have guardianship of all three of Michael's kids, correct?
That's correct.
That's correct. And how did that, because I remember when that all played out in the media and it seemed like it was like a little fight for custody. It was like you had a couple other family members that wanted to make sure they had custody of them. So how did you end up, gaining the custody of all the kids?
Well, first, you can't believe everything the media portrays.
Yeah, I see that.
The media is always going to make things a little darker and more negative than they really are. But, ever since my uncle passed, my brothers and I were always there for my cousins and helping my grandmother help her. She was in her early 80s at the time, and, she was grandma. So from the beginning, we were there, and we experienced that same kind of pain of losing a parent. And then, when my grandmother would ever go out of town, she'd always ask me to be here for the kids and to help them and support them and to watch them and get them to where they needed to be. So it was something I was always doing. But, it seemed right to do it. And just a couple of years ago, she granted me the full, guardianship for now it's just BG. You guys call him Blanket, but it's just BG because he's the only minor left.
Yeah, because the other kids are older.
The other kids are in their early 20s already. It's crazy, but yeah.
Isn't that crazy? I feel like right before our eyes. If anything, the whole entire family, because it's like I feel like I'm still remembering the Jackson 5 movie now. I'm not that old, but you know what I mean? It's like now, not only are you guys grown up, but then you have the grown up kids, and it's crazy to me. But you also have 3 kids of your own, so I'm pretty sure that was a big task for you to take on.
It was. I mean, I have 4 now, but it was. But you know what? That's what family is, and that's what family does. And when my uncle had his first 2, I had my first one, and I actually had the very first great grandchild in the whole family.
No way.
So we were talking about parenting and exchanging notes and tips and talking about what our struggles were, and so I knew exactly how he parented, and so I think that was also a thing that helped me along the way, and that was really helpful for the kids.
Right.
I actually really knew how my uncle parented them.
And obviously you come from a large family already, so that's not like that's anything different to have, a house full.
The more the merrier.
Yeah, exactly. So one thing I did want to ask you about, I seen that Paris kind of got into, I'm not going to say a back and forth, because she just defended, her dad to 50 Cent, and 50 Cent came out, and he's one of those people that we already know he uses trolling kind of for marketing. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, how did you feel when he had something to say back to her?
I thought everything he said regarding my uncle and her is just ignorant. To be honest, I think it's attention seeking. I think it was wrong. I think it was, like you said, it's just trolling and to spark some type of interest. And what he has to understand is, even though my uncle's not here, he's got a lot of family that love and cherish him and respect him and are proud of him and proud to be his family.
Right.
So I just think it's insensitive, and it's just not cool to do. But hopefully he'll mature and become a stronger and better person, and and realize that.
Right.
But
I think that's good.
How it rolls sometimes, being in the family.
Right. So how about Oprah? So I know it. Like you said, in the media, you can't always believe everything you read. But I read somewhere that the family is now kind of have a little problem with Oprah because of the whole documentary that came out about your uncle, where these men were accusing him of things from when they were younger. Is that true? Does your family feel a way towards Oprah? And
for me, I can only speak for myself, but it's just completely wrong. Again, what she did, just to not let us have a platform to defend my uncle.
Right.
My uncle, whenever we tried to, she just ignored it and just rolled with an accusation. It's so wrong to do, because my uncle's not here to defend himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I never went to journalism school, but there's always two different sides to a story, and to just present one side that's already been proven false in court and behind the scenes is not cool to do, because a lot of people respect and view Oprah as the truth. But if you're not going to seek the truth, then how can you be considered the truth? So it's something that I think is wrong. And again, it's just part of the landscape today of being a Jackson.
Right. And one of the men were actually in contact with your family and was still pretending to be as a family friend, and actually even said he would call often and speak to the kids and ask to speak to the kids. Has he tried to reach out after the documentary?
Not that I know. He may have to another family member, but that's what's so tough, and that's what the world doesn't see, is that behind the scenes they're being a little different and asking for things, and and meanwhile suing for hundreds of millions of dollars. And I think the biggest problem is my uncle's not here anymore to help them out. So now they got to go through the state, who isn't as easy to just convince to give some money or for whatever they need help with to do.
Right.
The state's a business, and they're not going to just pass over money for anything. So that money train stopped, and now it's the lawsuit, and now it's all this trash. So it is what it is, and it's nothing new for me or my family.
Right.
It's how it rolls sometimes.
And you went viral with your Sway interview. A lot of people were talking about that. What made you chose to go to Sway to really, open up a little more and get your story out there?
I have no problem opening up. I have nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing to hide. And I just wanted to, I've been asked to do interviews for quite some time, regarding a lot of different things, but I never really wanted to do it with just anyone. And Sway's always been someone who's been real and wanting the truth and able to give me a platform to say what I felt.
Right.
And that was important to me. And like I told him before the interview, I said, take it wherever you want to go. Ask anything. So I think that's why it's resonating, and why it went viral, is because it is what it is, and he went there and I answered, and it was just all good.
Okay, and like we obviously, you are a Jackson. That's a lot to live up to. Your family name is a lot to live up to. But we're heartthrobs. Y'all are all heartthrobs with the women. So how are you gonna work the ladies this time around, because you're married? So how are you gonna work the women off you this time around with insomnia, when that really gets going? What are you going to do to get the ladies away?
You know what? I'm like you said, I'm grown and I'm married, but that doesn't mean I can't stop doing music. And this is a grown folk music type of song, and so far the ladies have been loving it. So I'm good. I can't. We've all moved on and we've all grown up, and a lot of us have family now, and that doesn't mean we can't stop enjoying music.
So what happens when the panties hit the stage? What you doing with the panties?
And it still does happen.
I'm sure.
With my brothers, and it's quite funny. It still happens, but it's all play and it's all fun and it's all love. I love my fans, and I love people who support us. So I just want to say thank you to every single one of you out there.
Well, I hope everything works out just well, and I know it will. So one thing, I want a funny story. So tell me your craziest groupie story.
My craziest groupie story.
Through your whole career.
I've had several.
Give me your favorite one to tell.
Well, I just remember I remember coming into a hotel and then hearing a noise in the closet. And I was thinking, is that something in my closet? And opening it, and there was a girl right there smiling, just I guess wanting to stay the night with me.
Did you let her?
No, I spent some time with her, just talking to her, just saying, how did you get in here, and what's your name, and tell me about your life, and then it was time to go. It was time for me to get to sleep. But
oh, you're nice. Yeah. I would have been like, you're crazy. Police, come get this crazy person.
No, it's all love. Again, it's all love.
Okay, so let them know where they can get the new single. Let them know where to follow you and all that good stuff.
Awesome. Okay, so Insomnia is out on all digital platforms. You can follow me on Instagram at TJJackson9. And another thing is you can go to my website, tjjackson.com, and follow me on all the other platforms and even subscribe to my newsletter.
Okay, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Take care of yourself.
You as well.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.